Hey guys, it's Cody back with another video. Today in this video you're going to be seeing the third edition of my WWE Encyclopedia that I have and all the autographs I've obtained in it. There's not as many as my second edition of the Encyclopedia, but there are a few. I don't really show this book off much, so I figured I'd show it to you guys right now. So the first one I have is Al Snow. I had Al Snow sign this at WrestleCade 2017 in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Aldo Montoya, also known as Just Incredible, had him sign this in November of last year at an NCWA show at Clayton Fitness in Clayton, North Carolina. Next one I have is WWE Hall of Famer Alundra Blaze. I had Alundra Blaze sign this at The Gathering last August in Charlotte, North Carolina. Ron Simmons on the APA had him sign this at the Modern Vintage Wrestling show back in 2017 at some time. I forget when exactly, but he did sign it at one of those shows. Now this book's like more expanded than the second edition, but I do have some good autographs in here. Next one I have is The Barbarian. Had him sign this at an NCWA show many moons ago. He was really cool. As always, I actually know The Barbarian personally. Next one I have is the man herself and former Raw Women's Champion, Becky Lynch. I met Becky Lynch outside of the PNC Arena in Raleigh, North Carolina back in 2017, I want to say, and had her sign this and took a picture with her completely free, so that's pretty cool. Next one I have in here is Badass Billy Gunn. I met him in March of either 2018 or 2019 at NCWA in Clayton. Leva Bates, also known as Blue Pants, had her sign this at the one of the Queens of Combat shows in like 2017 in Gibsonville, North Carolina. Really cool chick to meet. She's weird, but that's a whole nother story. Next one I have is, I forget who the next one in here is. But I'm trying to work on all my encyclopedias to get them filled. It's hard to do this. Next one is Cody Rhodes. I met Cody Rhodes before the Ring of Honor show, Ring of Honor Reigns Supreme 2018 in Concord, North Carolina. Cowboy Bob Orton, got him to sign this at the Chair City Clash show last year in Thomasville, North Carolina at Thomasville Middle School. I actually got to meet him for free because I know the promoter. Brian. Don't have, like I said guys, I don't have many people signed in this book. I just have a handful. Next one I have is Emma. I met Emma before, now known as Tennille. I met her before, well, during Ring of Honor Reigns Supreme 2018 in Concord. She was like a surprise addition to the show last minute. Next one I have is ECW original Francine. Met her for free at Boardwalk Beatdown on August 25th, 2018 at the Claridge Hotel in Atlantic City, New Jersey. JJ Dillon on the Four Horsemen. Met him at Modern Vintage Wrestling in Gibsonville. George South, got him to sign this at an NCWA show in Clayton a couple years ago. Same with this guy, Henry Godwin. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, got him to sign this back in 2018 when I worked Icons of Wrestling in Feasterville, Pennsylvania. Haku, got him to sign this at an ASW show in Madison, West Virginia about a year and a half ago. The Hurricane, Shane Helms, met him at for the second time at Cheer City Clash 2018 in Thomasville, North Carolina. Jeff Jarrett, got him to sign this at Icons of Wrestling in Feasterville, Pennsylvania as well. Jim Cornette, got him to sign this at The Gathering in Charlotte last August. 2019 was a good year for me with autographs. There's Justin Credible's crappy signature in a silver marker. Kelly got this signed last November at WrestleCade. Oh, nobody on that page. Beware. Where's this guy? Lex Luger, met him last April at AML Wrestling in Lexington, North Carolina. Marty Jannetty, met him at an NCWA show in Clayton many moons ago. Maxine, met her at The Gathering in Charlotte. Mickie James, met her outside of PNC Arena back in 2017 along with Becky Lynch. Mr. Hughes, met him at an NCWA show many years ago in Clayton. Ricky Morton from the Rock and Roll Express, met him at an NCWA show in Clayton a couple years ago. Nikita Koloff, got him to sign this at WrestleCade 2017. Jimmy Boogie Woogie Man Valiant, met him at the Cheer City Clash event in Thomasville back in 2018. PJ Walker, aka Justin Credible, got this signed at the last NCWA show he worked. Rhino got this signed at an ASW show in Madison, West Virginia.
Hopefully the being Christmas Eve, there are people always Christmas before we complain about COVID.
Ron Simmons got this signed at Modern Vintage Wrestling. Saba Simba, aka Tony Atlas, got this signed at an NCWA show about a year ago.
It's not like we got anything going on. Christmas time now.
Sergeant Slaughter, met him at the Tidewater Sports Card and Collectible show earlier this year. Shane Douglas got this signed at Modern Vintage Wrestling back in 2017. Stardust, he signed this as well. Cody Rhodes signed his Stardust as well, even though he hates the gimmick. Stevie Richards, met him at Masters of the Ring Entertainment in Kernersville last September. Sting, met him at Big Time Wrestling 3 years ago. Summer Rae, met her at her charity event in Cary, North Carolina a couple years ago. 2 years ago, I want to say. She was really cool. Tito Santana, met him at Icons of Wrestling. Tommy Dreamer, met him at Modern Vintage Wrestling when I worked for them. Tony Atlas, met him at NCWA in Clayton about a year and a half ago. Ty Dillinger, now known as Sean Spears, met him at Masters of Ring Entertainment in Kernersville, North Carolina last September. Ultimo Dragon, met him at NCWA in Clayton. Really cool guy to meet. Vicky Guerrero, met her in July 18th of this year at ASW in Winfield, West Virginia. The Warlord, met him at an NCWA show in Clayton. The Great Muta, met him at WrestleCade last year in Winston-Salem. Sonny Ono, met him at NCWA in Clayton last year. And the last one I have in this book is... oh, there's Just Incredible on X Factor, and X-Pac is the last one I have in this book. I met him at Icons Wrestling in Feasterville as well. So guys, that wraps up my 3rd edition of my WWE Encyclopedia. Thanks for watching.